I'm like, okay, what you got going for this weekend? And they're like, nothing. Okay, like nothing. Like what? You plan on sitting around the house? You plan on hanging out with the friends? You plan on reading a book? Like, what you plan on doing, babes? And they're like, chilling. Don't ever text me ever again, okay? Don't text my line ever again because you got no chat. You're boring. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. I said, hey.
Hey.
Welcome back to my channel.
Hey, girl.
Hey, y'all. I'm Jazmyn W. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, I must say, subscribe to this channel, honey. It's good.
Period.
It's good. Okay. Also, I do have memberships here on my channel now. If you join as a membership,
Yay.
you will be able to get access to Jazz After Dark, which is a weekly live podcast that I do about intimacy.
Sex.
There's also some exclusive content like behind the scenes and like a video with my dad, and we'll be going live this February and things like that. You know, just some extra treats and stuff like that if you got $5, okay? Yeah, so join memberships if you want to support me in this content. I do have some other content I'm planning on posting on my YouTube and stuff like that. I'm really excited about that I'm working on. So yeah, this is about Married at First Sight. On this channel, let's get into it. We always start with the most boring couple. I feel like I don't have a lot of notes on most of the couples this week, so this should be a pretty fast episode, I guess.
It's not. It's not.
But y'all know I be yapping.
Yeah, you do.
Anyway, the most boring couple this week. This is hard. I didn't choose the most boring couple before this. Let's start with Carla and Juan. Okay. Yeah. Carla and Juan. Also, I want to say that if you join the memberships on my Patreon, we have over 30 episodes of Jazz After Dark, but I'm going to start trickling in some of those episodes so you have access to them here on YouTube as well, YouTube memberships. And we did do an episode about tantric sex. This episode we did maybe a few weeks ago. I did learn a lot about tantric sex during that episode, and now I'm just looking for somebody to do it with.
Okay. Quickly.
It's hard to find somebody to do it with, honey. Okay, because a lot of y'all don't make it past the second conversation. I'm bored. I'm asleep talking to y'all. Okay. Anyway, let's get into Carla and Juan. Okay. Carla got the girls together for a sound bath. So that was cute. You know what? At the sound bath, you know, Eim was talking about how Echi wasn't texting her back, she hasn't heard from him. Michelle was talking about David and his text message fiasco. We're gonna get into it this episode, but the sound bath is really cute. I even thought about, which I really need to look into, getting some sound bowls for my house so that we can calm these cheering around here down, honey. I only have one kid, but we can calm this cheering down and we can, you know, calm down at 9 p.m. It's time to do the sound bath. Mama gonna break out the sound bowls and we're going to relax, okay? But I thought that would be really fun to do at home because I love sound baths myself. I wrote down that, you know, Dr. Pia came to meet with all the couples this week to talk about sex, to talk about intimacy. I was like, I didn't even realize that Dr. Pia was a sex therapist. I didn't know that. I'm like, baby, maybe I need to go back to school because I would be a good sex therapist, I think. Like, that's all you do is ask people questions and get in baskets. I think I could do that. Except I'm not going to call it a sex therapist. I'm going to call it a sex...
consultant.
Guider. What should I call myself? Something. I don't know.
Consultant.
Anyway, because I could really come in there and get y'all together. I could rub roses on your body and everything like the one lady did. But anyway, we're going to get into it. I'm distracted today. Okay, before Dr. Pia came in, Juan was nervous about Dr. Pia coming in. And y'all, this really made me think about something when it comes to men who are not black and how they interact with black women. I feel like men who are not black are so intimidated by black women. And this is based on my life experience. You know what I mean? Like, yes, an intimacy consultant. Men who don't have Black women as a part of their community, like friends and, you know, like close friendships and stuff like that, they are so intimidated by Black women. The fact that Juan was like, oh, the last time Dr. Pia was here, she was so strict, she was so rough. It's like, it's just this ongoing theme that I think non-Black men have around just our strong presence that we have. Like Black women, the Black women that I know and grew up around and have in my family and my community, we have a strong presence. And it takes, you know, a lot of confidence in order to interact with us. And I feel like sometimes the men, they don't, like non-Black men, they are so intimidated by it. Like Dr. Pia didn't really say anything in their last meeting. All she is trying to do is seeing if you guys are getting along, liking each other, trying to encourage you to be intimate. If you know, try to encourage you to progress in your relationship. There's nothing that she did or said that was just so intimidating. But Juan is like, oh, here she comes. She's so scary. And this is just something that I've seen non-Black men like say over the course of my life. You know what I mean? I've seen them say it over the course of my life. So it's just so interesting. I'm like, that's why, you know,
it's our confidence. That's
why a lot of things, which is maybe for a different video. But I would say in regards to dating and relationships and married at first sight, that's why, like, I personally don't get approached by a lot of like non-Black men as an older woman now. When I was younger, I did, but because I'm young and like, you know, naive. But now as an older Black woman, it's like having a lot of confidence. You see the stares, you see the whispers, but they don't never say nothing, honey, because they scared of the pussy.
Hey,
he's scared. He's scared. Okay. Like, okay, what about a Black woman is just so intimidating? It's just the confidence.
Period.
And you know you can't knock it. Anyway, let's move on. Dr. Pia asked Juan, how was it meeting Carla's family? And Juan said they had short ribs, honey. It was like Thanksgiving in this bitch. They had ribs, macaroni and cheese, tortillas. They had tamales. They had enchiladas. They had all that shit. And Dr. Pia was like, okay, so what was it like meeting her family? Thank you for giving us the menu, Juan. Thank you for telling us everything that was on the table. Okay, how was the conversation? How was it meeting her family? Like, I told y'all last week that Juan wants a more traditional woman. He wants a woman, but no. Let me take that back. I'm sorry. Juan doesn't want a more traditional woman. Juan wants a woman who does all the things that a traditional woman does and go to work and help him with his business.
Exactly.
So he wants a woman to work at home, cooking, cleaning, cooking some more, making breakfast, lunch, dinner. He wants somebody to go to work and bring home money so that all the pressure is not on him as the individual to pay all the bills. And he wants somebody to help with his business. And he wants you to have 3 or 4 jobs.
A slave.
Listen. For the woman who settles down with Juan, whoo, child, that's gonna be, whoo. Oh, I'm scared of you, honey, because you're gonna be working. You gonna be put to work. Anyway,
God bless you, ma.
Dr. Pia asked Juan and Carla why they aren't humping each other.
Oh,
Carla busy posting pictures of her all up on her male friends and stuff like that on Instagram. And Dr. Pia peeped it and she said, why y'all ain't kissing? Why y'all ain't, y'all tongues ain't touching?
Period.
I don't think Juan and Carla have even kissed. I don't even think they've kissed since they've been on this show. We haven't seen it. I don't think they've kissed behind the camera either. Which is, wow. I wonder if they sleep in the same room at this point. But anyway, I wrote down, Juan is not even facing Carla. His body language is not even towards Carla right now on the couch. If you notice, Juan is like very closed off. His leg is crossed towards the kitchen. And his body language, even though Carla's next to him and Dr. Pia is over here, he's actually not facing either of the women as far as body language goes. His body's turned this way and he's looking this way to have the conversation. So he's very closed off from his wife. I peeped that. He don't like her.
At all.
Anyway, Dr. Pia instructed them to do some tantric yoga, and you know, the lady, the white lady came over in her lingerie. in her lingerie. She came over in her pink silk pajamas. I'm like, is it not cold outside?
Right.
This is shot in the wintertime. In the, you know, like, baby, did she have a trench coat on when she came? Why is this white lady over here in my living room in her lingerie?
Rubbing me with rose petals and thorns.
Anyway, Juan said on the after show that he don't think that she had underwear on.
Ooh!
So you mean to tell me you came over in your pink silky lingerie without a bra, without no drawers on, and you rubbing roses on my husband? Why was she rubbing roses on Juan? Why couldn't she just instruct Carla on what to do?
That's the
I said on Instagram, I was like, baby, I'm gonna need you to sit over there and tell me what to do to my husband. You're not about to be rubbing oils on my husband. Did she talk about some?
She got the blowing.
Why are you blowing on my husband? I would have said, you know what? If she was down here like this, my hand would have came across my husband's body and said,
pushed her right, muffed her. I would have muffed her right over to the side.
You can lean back.
Yeah, like Fat Joe. Lean back. Lean back.
You can lean back. Because why are you over here on my husband, blowing on my husband, honey? The only person that's going to blow on my husband is me.
Moi. So, move your lips.
What? I thought that was hilarious. I was cracking up. Me and my mama was crying, laughing at this, okay? I thought it was interesting when Juan was talking to Carla in the kitchen. He said, you know, is that the story you gonna tell your kids?
Your kids.
Juan said your kids. He don't plan on being with her. He said that's not the story you're gonna tell our kids or when we have kids or our relationship. He don't want to be with her. He don't like her
at all. At all.
Yeah. My mama said the tantric sex lady came to get freaky herself. And when Juan was supposed to be being very sensual with Carla, he turned everything into a joke. Because he's not interested in Carla. He was laughing. He was doing the rose like this. I'm funny. Like, okay. Okay. Are we gonna get serious?
No.
Carla was just laying there because she's checked out. She don't give a damn. She don't like him either. She doesn't care. She know he don't like her. She know there's no romance. She's just going through the motions. And honestly, Carla's handling it very gracefully. Like, she's like, let's just go through the motions and see what happens at the end of this, because I'm not gonna say yes on decision day.
Yep.
And that's probably what I would do as well. Especially Juan, like I said, he's cute to me. He's not bad to look at. He's probably not terrible to be around. He's very tolerable. So it's just fine to tolerate him for 6 to 8 weeks or however they have, you know, to do this while she's, you know, on the show. Anyway, let's move on to the next couple. Let's move on to Madison and Allan. Madison and Allan. All the boys got together to box. All of the boys got together except for Echi.
Duh.
Because he is a
loser. Big loser. Loser.
Anyway, Dr. Pia came to talk to Madison and Allan. Dr. Pia said, how's the intimacy going? And Allan and Madison said that they've sort of avoided sex. At this point, I'm like, why wasn't Allan matched with Michelle and Madison matched with David? That would have been a much better match.
Facts.
Much better match. But obviously, like, Allan doesn't have sex appeal.
At all.
So I see why Madison is kind of like, like, he don't have sex appeal. He don't have sex appeal. I was talking about this the other day on live. I'm like, as a 35, I'll be 36 in a few months. As a 35-year-old woman who's dating out here in the world, please do not come for me when I say this. But most men that I meet over 36, they don't have their bodies together. They don't have sex appeal. They let themselves go.
It's right, but why are we talking about this?
Allan looked like he, you know, just walk around and go to work. A lot of these men got Hennessy bellies.
Ooh, girl.
I'm like, you don't have the sex appeal, baby. Figure it out. Get it together. Like,
figure it out, honey.
Sorry, figure it out. Women aren't the only people that need to have sex appeal. That's the problem with Allan. He don't have no sex appeal. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
I did see a clip, I'm going to post it below, of Allan modeling on some sort of Good Morning show. He didn't even have sex appeal in a hat. Baby, if you don't have sex appeal in a hat,
there's no hope. If you don't have it in a hat, there's no hope.
I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, Madison said that when Allan gets drunk, he turns her off because he always doing and saying something stupid. And I believe it. He looked like he do and say stupid stuff when he drunk.
He did on the show.
Madison and Allan started talking about intimacy. All my notes are all over the place. I'm sorry. Madison and Allan were talking about intimacy. And Madison was like, yeah, I'm into everything. He's like, so are you into like, you know, doggy style? She's like, yeah. He's like, biting? She's like, I mean, yeah, anything. She's not even listening to him. He said biting.
Bite.
He said he wants to bite you.
Like, arr.
Did you hear that, Madison? Or like, you didn't blink an eye at biting? Like, I would have had more questions about biting. Like, yeah. Where are you going to bite me? Like,
how hard?
Are you trying to leave teeth marks on me? Have you ever left teeth marks on somebody? Like,
yeah.
I don't know about biting. Listen, I love to try new stuff, but I'm not a rib tenderloin.
I'm not a steak.
Okay? You're not about to bite me. I don't know. Cause you mess around biting me too hard.
Bite through the bone. Hell no.
You need to go find a man to bite. Cause you're not about to bite me. Okay? I definitely wouldn't let no white man bite me. Cause you know they like to eat people. Ooh! Anyway, one of the questions is, what do you like to do after sex? Madison said she likes to eat tacos, which is the same thing David likes to eat, ironically. And Allan said he likes to shower.
Okay.
Anyway, they said, when you're stressed out, is sex a relief for you? And Madison said yes. And Allan said, well, I need to keep you stressed then. Oh my goodness.
Good one.
Then Allan went on to say that, you know, Madison, this is Allan. You know, Madison, I really had the wrong impression of you. When we first got married, I thought that you were a freak nasty. Go a couple rounds, leave the dick up in the casket.
It just happened. You know I ain't come, boy.
What?
If you had to ask me, freak.
He said because Madison was shaking her booty, shaking ass on her wedding day, he assumed that she was a good time girl. That's basically what he said. I assume that you're kind of just, basically he called her promiscuous because of the way she looks. And that hurt Madison's feelings.
Duh.
When he left to go take the trash out or something like that, she cried because she was like, the way that I look, it makes people, especially men, assume that I haven't worked hard for the things that I have, that I'm some sort of easy girl, and you know that I'm not ambitious and all this other stuff. You know, even on the after show, she said that she's been told by men, oh well, I could do that too if I had daddy's money. And she's like, I don't even think she grew up with her dad in her life. And so that really hurt her feelings. I could totally see how that hurt Madison's feelings. I also think that Madison's lashes are too big.
Girl, what that got to do with?
So you take down them lashes, girl, then people won't say you got daddy's money. Your lashes is too big and black. I also don't understand girls who dye their hair blonde and then have big old black lashes. Do that make sense?
No.
Like, why don't you have like brown lashes? Even if they were just as big, they would look a lot softer. Anyway, I wrote down, Allan doesn't know how to communicate, and I can guess when he's drunk, he's even worse at it. So that's just how Allan is. He says stuff. He thinks about the things that he says. He just doesn't have a lot of I guess I would say emotional intelligence. Because I don't even know why he would think. Like, I told my mom that this speaks to how Allan feels about women in general. He makes assumptions about women based on how they look and their behavior, which is problematic. Like, you saw her dancing on her wedding day and thought that she was promiscuous.
Weird.
That's a very odd thing to think. That says way more about Allan than it does about Madison. Like, oh, what did you expect? How did you expect her to act or be on her wedding day anyway? Like, I'm confused.
Right.
It was just an odd thing to say, honestly. I wrote down Madison was crying because she's tired of being perceived as a hoe. Yeah. Madison left the house after this because she said she's about to go call Amanda. Who the hell is Amanda? Anyway, she left to call Amanda and never came back. On the after show, Madison said she came back at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Allan said he waited up till 3 on the show. He said, I was up at 3 o'clock and you still weren't home. And Madison said, so? And? Do you guys think that when you're married, you have an automatic time that you should be home? I personally, if I ever got married again, I would not leave my partner to have a curfew. In any past relationship I've had, I've never had a curfew. My partner has never had a curfew. I would stay out actually later than anybody I've ever been with because I'm a comedian. So I would stay out till maybe 1 o'clock in the morning doing comedy and stuff like that. I think that when you are married,
it's more about respect.
You shouldn't be staying out till 4 o'clock in the morning, but that's just my opinion.
Regularly.
Like, 2 o'clock in the morning is cool. 2 is cool. Like, why? I don't want my man shutting the place down anyway. Like, it was 2 o'clock and they was closing the thing. They was opening the blinds and turning the lights up and they was playing, this is how we do it. And you was still there?
Ew.
Oh, no. I got the ick. You need to be at home cuddling me, honey. This is how we do it. Because why are you out? I personally think 4 o'clock in the morning is a bit much. I can see if it was a special occasion, if it was somebody's birthday, something like that. But you just leaving the house, staying out till 4 o'clock in the morning, not answering your phone, it's unacceptable. And I understand Madison, Allan made Madison mad and she don't like Allan. But I'm just saying, and for future reference, Madison, that's unacceptable when you get with somebody you do like. Keisha asked Madison on the after show, she said, okay, so he called you a party girl and so you went out and partied. So how you think that looked? Madison was like, oh, I went to a bar. Is that partying? Nah, girl, you was at church. Yes, that's partying.
Right.
You were out partying, Madison. It doesn't matter if you were at a bar sitting down. Was the music on? You're partying. Like, stop with the semantics.
You're partying.
You were out partying. You were out partying. Yes. So you are a party girl, but that doesn't make you promiscuous. That's what your husband tried to insinuate. There's nothing wrong with being a party girl. I think I'm a little bit of a party girl. I do cuss a little. Probably fuck. Anyway, Allan and Madison talked about this again at the gym, and I wrote down, Allan, just apologize and STFU. Shut the fuck up. But he's turning it on Madison. He said, oh, well, you've hurt my feelings before and I didn't make a big deal out of it, and you're sensitive and you're more sensitive than most people. I would have said, you know what, let me stop you right there because you can go to hell.
Quick.
And then I would have walked away and started lifting more weights. This is how we do it. Turn my
this is how we do
because
it.
I don't have time for that. Because when I say, hey, what you said hurt my feelings, it was wrong what you said, and I'm still trying to get over it. Well, what you said hurt my feelings. You said stuff last week that hurt my feelings, and you said everything that you be quiet. Because I'm talking about me right now. You should have brought that up when I hurt your feelings last week. Don't tell me, oh, well, you hurt my feelings every week and I don't even care. Well, you don't care then. Why are you bringing it up?
Right.
I care about this. That's why I'm talking to you about it right now. What the hell? Come on now.
The hell?
This is why this is why she ain't gonna be with you. Okay? Anyway, Madison was wrong. She said, so what? I came home. Allan was wrong for saying freak nasty. That's what you look like. But you changed my mind because you're not even like that. Okay. Let's move on to the next couple. Let's move on to Thomas and Camille. Thomas and Camille decided to bring a massager into the bedroom. I'm about to go in on Camille. I want to let y'all know. Thomas and Camille were supposed to, well, they were giving each other a massage. They broke out the vibrator, the calf or a muscle vibrator. And I wrote down, you're putting the vibrator on the calves. You need to put the vibrator on my coochie. More for the story tonight at 4 p.m. on Fox 4 News. Because why I put my reporter voice on for that. Camille says she wants to spice up their sex life. And I wrote down, Camille, is putting your husband through pain sexy to you? Because you're putting him through pain and you hurting his legs.
Badly.
I don't really understand why Camille likes to go so hard on her husband. And I'm about to go in on her.
There's nothing sexy about that.
Camille says that she wants a man to lead. She wants a man to toss her around a little bit in the bedroom. She wants a man to take charge, to take control, to, she wants a manly man. Every single time Camille and her man are together,
she in control.
She act like she doing the bending. And there's nothing wrong with doing the bending. Okay? But stop acting like you want a man to take charge and take control and you constantly doing the bending.
It's the patriarchy got you in the chokehold. You want to bend
your man. And I listen. I like to be a little bit dominant. I like to switch. I'm a dom switch. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dom sub switch myself.
You don't even know the terms.
I don't walk around pretending like I want a man to boss me and lead me. That's not what I want. I would love an equal partner. In fact, I would love a man who just let me take the lead a little bit.
Just a little bit, just a little.
So, when you play basketball with your man, I understand you want to show your skills off. But you bossed your man around, made him run up and down the court and do suicide, whatever they call, right? You dunked on him and put your nuts in his face. Now we're in the bedroom and you are supposed to be massaging your man and doing something very sensual, and you are damn near breaking his legs with the vibrator.
Yeah, yeah.
Do we not see a pattern here?
You the leader. You doing the bending.
I don't understand how you want Thomas to toss you around a little bit and you kicking him in the nuts.
And what was sexy about that, actually?
Anyway, Dr. Pia came in. Remember, she's the sex therapist. And Camille said that she is I can't even read what I wrote. I can't read what I wrote. Anyway,
girl,
Thomas says, Thomas said that he's been eating so much coochie that his neck hurts.
And his jaw. And his tongue muscles.
Well, I mean, Thomas, that's basically what he said in plain terminology. Thomas said, my neck hurts. I'm a giver. And my neck hurts so bad from giving to this woman all the time. I've been giving. Every night I've been giving and my neck hurts so bad. And I can't believe it. Thomas said, honey, I would get him a special pillow or something. I don't know what we have to do.
Figure it out.
How can we make that easier? Never mind. We'll say that for Jazz After Dark. Anyway,
Right. What we got to do to keep your neck from hurting? That's what we need, a whole episode about keeping these men's neck from hurting.
Dr. Pia asked Camille why she feels like she needs to be in the dominant position all the time, and she said, "Oh, I'm used to making sure everyone was good. I'm used to making sure, you know, my family is good. I was a leader in my family, so I always feel like I have to take the lead and take the role." But I don't, like, we're not talking about romantically, Camille. Like, why do you feel like you cannot be softer with your man?
Why are you doing
really
the
trying to figure
bending?
that out? Because in any scenario that I've ever seen, when it comes to Camille and Thomas, when it comes to intimacy or even a little competition or even in conversation, like in conversation, she tends to be a little bit soft, but when it comes to intimacy, she wants to hurt him. So if you're into a little bit of bondage, baby, just say that. And we saw it later on in the episode. And she still wanted to hurt him when she had him tied up. Now, when I tie my man up,
Girl.
Oh, I don't have a man, but if I had a man and I were to tie him up, honey, I would never try to hurt him. That's not the goal.
What is the goal?
Anyway,
let us
Camille
know.
says she wants Thomas to be more assertive, more wild. But when Thomas said, "Listen, my neck hurts from eating cootie cat, and I have a cramp, and I'm a giver, and I'm wondering when she's gonna return the favor." Did y'all see Camille's face change? She went. Camille said, "Camille, why are you looking like that? Why are you looking like that? The man said his neck hurt, and when are you going to return the favor?" It was just a simple question. And she got an attitude, in my opinion.
Yeah, she tightened all the way up.
Okay. And Camille said, "Well, I mean, that's something that happens down the road. Down the road." I'm like, what's down the road? After decision day, when you decide you're going to stay together? Like, what's down the road? I'm trying to really figure out, like, what is down the road? I personally don't put my mouth on anybody that's not my boyfriend. Okay? I don't do that. I don't do that. That's not something I do. That's not something I like to do. But at least you have a marker for when I won't be doing it. Okay? Yeah. If me and you married, don't worry. The mic will get touched. Okay? A lot of people don't know, when you married, you got to do that just about every night. When you married, a lot of y'all think y'all want to be married until the mic come out on you. Every single night, every night. A lot of y'all think y'all really want that life, but every night, y'all ain't ready. Unless you ready, you know, I'm just saying. Anyway, I wrote down she was mad about head. I don't think, like, that's why Dr. Pia comes in, so we can sit down and have a conversation about what needs to be said. Because how are you mad at the man for asking? He just asked. Yes, I did, Keisha. He just asked, like, when am I going to get a little bit of service? And her demeanor completely changed. Her jaw was locked, okay? Because Dr. Pia said, Camille's completely unlocked. I said, her jaw not. Anyway, Camille said she wants her man to be more assertive, and she said she needs to get more comfortable with him, and Thomas turned into Birdman. He got to rubbing his hands together. He got to licking his lips. He said, I can do that. The thing about it, though, is I think one thing Camille may not be taking into consideration in this process is, Camille, you're a very dominant woman. There's nothing wrong with that. I actually identify with that. I think the issue is Camille is acting like she's not that way when she is, okay? So I am a woman who, I'm a really great leader. I'm really smart. I'm very ambitious. And I like to be submissive as well, and we're talking about intimacy. But I like to be dominant as well. Okay? I was just talking about this weekend in San Francisco, honey. You put your hand around my neck, my hand going my hand going around your neck too. What the hell you thought this was? You thought this was a choo. As soon as you lock in, I'm locking in. Choo choo. Doo doo. Your hand going around my neck, my hand going around your neck.
My neck, my back.
You choking me, I'm choking you, we choking each other. Who gonna pass out first? That's the real question.
You. Hell.
Probably me, because I'm not as strong. But anyway.
Yeah, I like a big dog.
Yeah. Anyway, they're supposed to give each other massages, and Camille was being dominant once again. We saw Camille be dominant once again in this episode. You supposed to be giving your man a massage. You supposed to be in some lingerie or butt naked when you give your man a massage. Like, come on now. I know the cameras can't catch it, but like, you wasn't being sexy then. And then Thomas started rubbing body oil on you and he licking shins. Listen, don't ever fucking lick my shins. There's nothing sexy about my shins. Right here at the top of my leg, you better not lick it.
You better not.
Spend time licking something else. Why are you licking my shins, my calves? Who told you that my calves want to be sucked, Thomas? Stop. Like, this didn't make no sense. Anyway. I think Camille needs to work on being more sexy. And I've said this many times on my channel. Don't wait until you get married to practice your sex appeal. Don't wait until you get a boyfriend to practice your sex appeal. You don't have to have another person to practice your sex appeal. You could do it all alone. But don't wait until you finally get into a serious relationship and then try to figure out how to be sexy. That's something you need to do before you get your partner, so you're comfortable with yourself. You're comfortable with your sexuality. You're comfortable with your body. You feel good in your body. You feel confident, so that when you get with somebody else, it just ignites. A lot of times I'm seeing, like, specifically black women, like, because the way we're raised, like, oh, don't be sexy, like, don't be promiscuous, or don't be da-da-da. You know, I personally don't feel like you have to be any of those things to be sexy, but you don't unlock your sexuality, your sex appeal, until you get in a relationship. And then, honey, like, you should have already had this figured out. You 30-something. Anyway, that's just my opinion, but let's move on to Echi and Eim, because I don't really have that many notes on them, to be honest with you. Echi and Eim sat down and had a conversation, if that's what you want to call it. I think they were out and about. They were at a restaurant or something like that. And Echi was like, okay, so what are you doing this weekend? And he's like, oh, I'm going to Houston homecoming.
Without me?
So you about to travel to Houston and you just letting your wife know? Didn't invite her. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna see my mom. I'm gonna go to Houston homecoming, you know. My mama said that Echi was somewhere at a party right now going like this. And I was like, what does my mom even know about that? My mom was like, yeah, Echi somewhere rolling his shoulders like this. I was like, oh my God, what does my mom know about that? Like, my mom never even went to college. Like, what does she know about that? And then like a little commercial came on and she was like, that's good, Echi right there. And it was like a little bear going like, I was like, what does she know about fraternities? Like, I guess my mom's a black woman, but she's like from Birmingham, Alabama. You know, she didn't go to college. Like, I didn't even go to a HBCU, so it's not like she ever came to visit me or nothing like that. Like, what does she know about this? It was so funny, but she does watch a lot of videos on social media, so, but I was cackling.
She country.
Anyway, and I was telling my mom, well, you have to be in a fraternity to do that. I don't know if he's in a fraternity, but anyway, I wrote down, this is a lousy date. Honestly, if Echi was and Eim were on a date, like she said when she got with the girls, like, he wouldn't have even gotten a second date with me if this was the date. Like, It was a lousy date. Like, this is how Echi be acting. Yeah, I'm going to Houston homecoming. So, what you want to play? You want to play Uno? You want to play spades or something like that? Who wants to be with somebody like that? Who wants to be around somebody like that? I would never go out with him ever again as his wife on this show. I would never, ever link up with him ever again to do nothing. One thing, my biggest pet peeve when it comes to dating is like no personality, no chat, no conversation. Like, that's my biggest pet peeve. Like, when I'm talking to a guy and I'm like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? And he's like, nothing. What do you got going? And I'm like, nothing. What, just, finish watching or finish cooking, finish like, washing some clothes, about to sit down in my lingerie and just hang out for the night. And they're like, cool. And I'm like, okay, what you got going for this weekend? And they're like, nothing. Okay, like nothing. Like what? You plan on sitting around the house? You plan on hanging out with the friends? You plan on reading a book? Like, what do you plan on doing, babes? And they're like, chilling. Don't ever text me ever again, okay? Don't text my line ever again because you got no chat. You're boring, okay? Anyway, Echi didn't wear his ring to meet with Eim. He did that on purpose. He didn't wear his ring on purpose. If he wanted to wear his ring, he could have. He didn't because he wanted to irritate her. And that's what Echi does. We've seen him do it multiple times over the course of the season. He wants to bring down her self-esteem because he feels so terrible about himself. I think, and I stand by this, on all the seasons that I've been watching this show, Echi has the lowest self-esteem of any man that I've ever seen on this show. Any man. Eim never put him down. He feels put down by her because he's broke. He's a little bit shorter than her. He doesn't have money. Okay? He doesn't have money. He doesn't have money and he's broke and he's penniless and he doesn't have money. And his self-esteem is low because of it. And Eim is more educated than he is, has more money than he is taller than him, and he wanted somebody that he could outperform. That's not what he got though. Anyway, Echi didn't come to the boxing meeting with the other guys. We know that. I mentioned that earlier. And now Eim said that she is not going to go back to the apartment because she has no peace there. I'm like, ain't no peace nowhere. I guess this is just the fucking Middle East. Girl. You don't have peace and you don't have peace. Nobody has peace, I guess.
U.S. too.
Anyway.
Africa too. Asia for sure ain't got no peace.
I wrote down Eim's place is nicer anyway. How your place nicer than the apartment they gave you? Her place is nicer. So anyway, Eim called Dr. Pia and said she hasn't heard from Echi. Dr. Pia said, you don't want to reach out to him? Are you sure you don't want to reach out to him? Do you want to check in with him and reach out to him and check in and maybe see if he's okay? Maybe see if he's alive? Do you want to check in and maybe see if he's eating or maybe see if he's alright? Hell no. And I don't blame Eim. She said, no, I don't. I'm afraid of how he's going to react. Because every time she tried to do that, he basically gaslights her and he's an asshole. So I don't blame her. I wouldn't check in on him either. Hell, Lord knows I wouldn't check in on. Listen, I was with a man for 12 years. I don't check on him today. Anyway, let's move on to the very last couple, Michelle and David. My dad texted me today because my dad is catching up on the episodes. He missed the last 2 episodes. My dad said that he's never seen a sexy plate of food a day in his life. I thought that was pretty funny. And my mom cooks every day. My daddy ain't never told my mama, damn, that food looks sexy as hell. I don't even think my daddy has ever told my mom she looks sexy as hell. I don't know. I ain't never heard him say nothing like that. He probably don't even know what sexy is, honey. He probably just say, well, you look all right. Anyway,
You look cute, I guess.
Michelle got with the girls and said again, David's text message said, "You so damn fine, I can't wait to eat you." That's not what it said. It said, "You're so damn fine, I just want to eat you up." You're so damn fine, I just want to eat you up. That's what it said. David lied to the men and the men didn't call him out. Men need to do better.
Every day they need to.
When a man sit up and lie in your face, you need to say, dude, that don't sound right. I think a really big part of society is men not calling out other men. Y'all get around each other and everybody act like cowards, like y'all can't say nothing to each other or a fight gonna break out. And what if it does? Whoop some ass.
Go ahead.
Because why y'all be acting scared? You scared of the confrontation.
Hey.
You scared. Because why? If you get a bunch of women together and a woman says something that's not right, somebody's going to say, you get a bunch of men together and when somebody says some outlandish shit, everybody gets to looking around like owls, like clocks and shit. Say something.
Something.
The man said his cousin sent him a plate of food and he texts back, that shit look good as hell. I can't wait to have sex with it. And y'all said, that sound about right, yeah. Did she consider? Come on, man, stop playing. Oh my goodness. Anyway. What's her name? Carla and Madison were giving Michelle advice. They were like, Madison was like, can you just be softer? Like, maybe you can be softer about it.
Nicer about it.
Girl, shut up. Because you probably the one he was texting.
Ooh.
Michelle sat down with Pastor Cal, told Pastor Cal what happened. Pastor Cal said, that sounds weird. Because Pastor Cal is the only realest G on the show, point blank, period. Pastor Cal, listen, God, let me tell you something. I'm not even looking for no husband, but if you happen to send one my way, if he ain't as real as Pastor Cal, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, God. Don't even worry about it. If he don't have energy, if he ain't similar to Pastor Cal, keep him. Keep him, please. Let him be with somebody else, because I don't want him. Because I want somebody as real as Pastor Cal in this bit. I love Pastor Cal. I know I'll be making fun of Pastor Cal in past seasons and stuff, but this season he really ate though, you know? Anyway, Michelle said that David admitting to meeting a woman for coffee, and that they both talk about how that was infidelity. You don't like the man. You never liked David. You said David smoked. He curses. You weren't attracted to him. You didn't like his body. You didn't like his hair. You didn't like his body odor. You didn't like the fact that he lives at home. He doesn't make enough money. You don't like the way he dresses. You don't like the way he looks. You don't like the way he breathes. You don't like the way he cooks. A man, what would you expect? What would you expect anybody to do? If somebody hears every single day about how they're struggling to be around you because of who they are as an individual, you expect them to what? Because I would be out like Madison till 4 o'clock in the morning every night if it was me. Because I'm not about to stay with somebody who just put me down every day and say they don't want me. Baby, you only have to tell Jazmyn once you don't want to be with me. That ain't no problem. I turn into Shannon Sharp. That ain't no problem.
That ain't no problem.
Okay? And is it infidelity if you never wanted to be with the man in the first place? As soon as you found out a few things about him, you completely wrote it off. You wrote the relationship off and said you didn't want to be with him. I know you guys are married according to the show legally, whatever the case is. I don't blame David for going out to coffee with other people. I don't blame him for texting somebody else. I don't blame him for none of that shit, to be honest with you. What I do blame him for is lying and telling one of the worst lies like a complete idiot. Like, just tell the truth. You would have been more of a stand-up guy, David, if you had just said, you didn't like me. Every single day I'm coming home, you talking about how you don't like me. You don't like nothing about me. You don't like the hair. You don't like the way I smell. You don't like the way I look. You don't like nothing about me. So I continue to explore my options until the process is over. I'm sorry. Maybe it wasn't the right thing to do, but what you did wasn't right either. You could at least been cordial.
Exactly.
But every day you say you struggled in the marriage. So guess what? I'm struggling at coffee dates with another bitch.
Period.
Anyway. David said he met with his ex, probably because he was like, damn, this shit's so bad. Let me go back to the girl I messed up with.
Okay.
Because this is really bad. Like, I didn't even know y'all was out here being as bad as this. I don't understand why David just didn't say, you don't like me. I tried to make it work with you for a few weeks. I'm tired. I'm done. I don't understand. I really don't understand.
I don't understand.
Anyway, Michelle got on my nerves once again this episode because I think she's an annoying human being. I don't like her at all. Michelle said, when David was saying, oh, I texted my ex and he was kind of explaining what happened. Michelle said, you're oversharing again.
Girl, what?
She said during the conversation that he was oversharing. I'm like, girl, do you want to know what happened or not? I don't understand why you said David was oversharing when it came to him meeting with his ex. How is he oversharing? I don't really get it. Also, Michelle talking about my parents broke up because of infidelity.
So?
Girl, honestly, who gives a damn? Who gives a damn?
Not me.
Like, lots of people break up because their parents break up because of infidelity. So what? You didn't like this man. I literally have zero sympathy left for either one of them at this point. Michelle was like, he never told me that he didn't like to be put down. He just was quiet. I thought he likes to be put down. I thought he liked it when I said he was ugly and I wasn't attracted to him and I would rather be with Drake or Travis Kelce. And I thought he liked it when I said that he dresses ugly and is that what you're gonna wear? I thought he liked all of that. I didn't even know. I was the type of person, like, if I call my man ugly, if I call somebody ugly every day, like, it doesn't hurt my feelings. I thought he was fine with being called ugly. What's wrong with you, Michelle?
She ain't got good sense.
He was quiet after you put him down day after day and you thought he liked it because he didn't say anything to you. Because he was texting another bitch. Girl, get off my line. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. She literally said in the conversation with Pastor Cal, I wanted to quit, but the door wasn't closed. You said you wanted to quit every day. I wish the door would have been closed. A window, something.
Something.
A door, a window, something.
Doggy door.
Because this is ridiculous, Michelle.
Sunroof.
Anyway, I want Pastor Cal to give up. Pastor Cal's like, well, you guys have to communicate. You guys have to, Pastor Cal, give it a rest.
Please.
Hang it up. The relationship is over, Pastor Cal. I know it's your job to keep the production going, to keep the couple together for as long as possibly can, to give us as a viewer hope, to give the couple hope, to give production hope, to give everybody hope. Shut up, Pastor Cal. This relationship is over. Please release them from this. Please. Okay? Get away from me with this, Apollo. I can't believe Pastor Cal said, well, I mean, there's no nail in the coffin just yet. All you have to do is go get your nails done and try again. Pastor Cal, please. Please.
Release them.
Oh my goodness. Michelle wants to catch David in a lie. Listen, me and my dad was texting today. Me and my dad said, I'm glad David just kept lying. At this point, keep lying. Who cares? She was like, this doesn't look good for you. This doesn't look good for you. Don't you want to clear your name? David was like, no. Well, don't you want people to know the truth? David was like, no. Show me the pictures. I don't have them. Like, girl, David does not care about clearing his name. You know why? He knows it's a lie and he's going to keep lying. And he doesn't care about proving it to you. But lo and behold, I don't know how Michelle got this girl's number. She went and called David's cousin Denise.
I don't even know why she did this.
And Denise says, first of all, Michelle said, I know Denise is just going to cover for him anyway. Well, if you know she's going to cover for him, why do you want to call her so bad? If you've already made your mind up that Denise is going to lie, why do you want to even talk to her anyway? Like, why? Take what you know at face value and move on with your life. But she's so dead set on making David the villain this season so that she can be off the hook for being the villain. Guess what? Both of y'all are trash.
Both.
He lying to me, I'm lying to him. Fuck it. Guess we both ain't shit. Quit acting like you gonna leave your knowing you still with your bitch. He lying to me and I'm lying to him. Fuck it. Guess we both ain't shit. Fuck it. Guess we both ain't shit. And if you haven't listened to Meg's new album,
you a hater.
You don't even support black women. I bet you haven't even subscribed to this channel.
You
don't support black women. Don't come crying to me. Okay? Don't come crying to me about nothing else, about Tabitha Brown, about Orlando Brown, about none of the Browns. Dookie Brown, Doodoo Brown.